We're back with more Mondays with Maury. Maury, Billy Graham was very well known, obviously. So with a celebrity comes critics, right? So imagine, especially when it comes to religion, so imagine that Mr. Graham had a pretty tight security team.
I think that because it was always in the news how well-known people had attempts on their life, it was something not really talked about a lot. But I think that the people around Mr. Graham for public appearances, especially if it was announced for, say, a press conference, we had plainclothesmen just in case. And thank goodness I don't know of any incident.
Mm-hmm. And how about your role? I mean, you probably weren't a part of the security team, but you're with him a lot. So any times that you jumped in and...
Well, in a way, sure. I mean, again, from working with them on occasion at every crusade, then we'll say during the meeting, sometimes I like to wander the crowd and be part of the stadium itself. And at one point in walking around a particular stadium, I happened to notice a man in kind of an open area, not a lot of people sitting around him, holding a plain brown paper bag, and he kept reaching in, and it a little bit took me off guard and made my heart pound a little bit, and I thought maybe we've got a security situation. So on the two-way radio, I alerted someone, and they thought that maybe I should stay at least for the beginning of the invitation. And sure enough, as Mr. Graham started calling people forward, he reached in the bag and pulled out a Bible. He was a counselor, and he got up, and I actually followed him down to the field, and he went straight in and started counseling somebody. So even though it was an exercise and being a little bit concerned, I followed through and found out, thank the Lord, it wasn't a problem.
Oh, wow.
There was another time we were coming into the stadium, and so we were passing a few, obviously had arrived to come to the meetings, and I saw a man that had his hand inside of his coat pocket, and he went up like this, and I was concerned that he might have had a weapon. And then as Mr. Graham got a little closer, I didn't have any way to more or less let anybody else know, but he pulled his hand. He realized his hand was in his pocket. He pulled it out just in time to shake Mr. Graham's hand. So you had to be careful not to overreact. Mm-hmm. That's what I learned from just being with some of the security people. But on the other hand, being aware of what was going on as you're walking in and out of the stadium.
Yeah. Oh, man. That could have been a little scary, I can imagine.
Exactly. Yeah. Not knowing what was about to happen.
Yeah. Maury, thanks so much for sharing these. We love hearing them. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.